Hi, today we're answering one of your questions. It's about the pictures on the front cover of my book, Rome, A Different Take, which you can buy on Amazon or download for free from romeathome.com.au/book. It's regarding the third picture, this beautiful statue of a guy pinching and taking away a pretty girl. Who are they? They are Pluto and Proserpine. You find them at the Galleria Borghese. This is a statue by Bernini, one of my favorite artists. What's the story there? This is what we're going to tell today. This is going to be the short version. There's going to be a video with the long version. This is the story of how the seasons were born. In the metaphysics of the Greek and ancient Roman religion of the gods, this was what they thought was the reason why seasons were born. Once upon a long ago, there were no seasons. The weather was always beautiful. The trees were always giving flowers and fruits. There was always sweet all year round. The harvest was coming all year round. Unfortunately, one day, the goddess of the harvest was called Ceres. The Greek version of her was Demetra. And Ceres had a daughter, a beautiful, beautiful daughter called Proserpine, or the Greek version, Persephone. And at the same time, the god of the underworld, Ades, was not married, and he really wanted a wife, and all the goddesses didn't want to go down to the underworld and marry him. He was considered as the saddest god and, the god of the dead. Would you want to marry the god of the dead? Probably not. And so one day he decided to take the matters into his own hands. He went up to Sicily and came above ground with his golden chariot and his black horses, and imagine a big guy with a black beard and black hair, and came to where Proserpine was playing with her friends, the nymphs, while Ceres was looking after the harvest. What happened? Well, he got Proserpine, and this is exactly the moment that you see her in the statue. He is grabbing Proserpine and putting her on a chariot, taking her to the underworld. Ceres clearly was brokenhearted. Proserpine yelled and screamed, but nobody could hear her, or rather, nobody was able to help her. And so Ceres went around for 9 days and 9 nights. During the night, she would light up her torches in the Etna, in the volcano, and nobody could tell her what had happened to her daughter, until Diana, the goddess of the moon, told her, I heard her screaming, but I haven't seen it, because as you know, I come out from the underworld just at night. You should really ask the sun. And so she went and asked the sun, and the sun said, with Jupiter's permission, the king of the gods' permission, Pluto came out over the underworld and brought Proserpine to the underworld with him to make her his wife. Ceres was so upset and was so sad, but she couldn't say anything because Jupiter had given his consent, and he was the king of the gods. She could not go against the king of the gods. And so she was so sad, she gave up working for the harvest. And all the trees died, all the wheat died, all of the fruit, veggies, nothing. There was nothing man can do to make anything grow. So the farmers kept working and working, but the famine was terrifying, and lots of men died. And before all of them died, Jupiter went to her, first sent a messenger. The messenger came back saying, I didn't achieve anything. She just wants her daughter out of the underworld. And so Jupiter went to her with all the other gods, and she said, unless you give me my daughter back, I am not letting anything grow. Jupiter did not want all mankind to die, and so he conceded. And just when Mercury went to get Proserpine from Pluto, Pluto gave her 4 grains of pomegranates. Proserpine, by that time, had grown quite fond of Pluto, but she really, really wanted to go back to her mother. But the 4 grains of pomegranate tied her to Pluto forever. And so as soon as she crossed the earth and Ceres saw her, everything, all nature started sprouting up again, and flowers started growing, plants, and all the food that man needed. Ceres was so happy, and Proserpine was happy too. But because she'd eaten the pomegranate, she needed to go back to her husband for 4 months a year. So that's the reason why in spring you will see Proserpine has just come out of the underworld. Ceres is really, really happy. And this is why you have everything blossoming up again. And then in summer, everything will be beautiful. And as soon as Proserpine has to go back again to the underworld, in late autumn, nature starts dying again, and she's in the underworld in winter. So that's how the seasons were born. So if you want to see this beautiful sculpture by Bernini, go to the Galleria Borghese. And every time you think of seasons, think about Pluto raping Proserpina and Ceres doing everything she can, even killing the whole of mankind, to hold Jupiter at ransom to have a daughter back. Now, if you want to read the book, as I said, you can buy it on Amazon from November 2016, Maria Cristina Saraceno, Rome, A Different Take. Or if you want to download it online, you can go to romeathome.com.au/book. If you want a whole course on Rome, romeathome.com.au/video course. And if you have any ideas you liked this video or didn't, write it in the comments, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you in another video soon. Ciao!